we're back again.
Yes.
And what a day to start it on. Guys, we hit 700k on our main channel and we're celebrating that today.
Magic Flicks, if you guys don't already know, that's our main channel. Yeah, so
700, it's still like, I feel like it hasn't sunk in. We're still yet to celebrate properly, although I've eaten cake and I feel like we've just cut the cake and I have my tea still. And I just feel like I could sleep now and have a nap. But we can't because we've been planning this for forever, haven't we?
For a very, very long time, even before we went on holiday.
We were even going to do it like last week. And I was just thinking the other day, I think it's worked out better for us doing it today, don't you think? A, we're hitting 700k. And B, there's been so many people ask so many questions about starting up a YouTube channel. And weirdly enough, yesterday when I was out, I told Steve this yesterday, I was out and randomly, two young lads, they must have been in their early 20s and in town, and they stopped me saying, can we ask you a few questions? And I was like, what is this for? And he's like, we're starting up our YouTube channel. And I was like, oh, I would do it any other time. First of all, I feel so messy.
So you didn't help two random YouTubers who were just starting off?
I wish I could have. I did say to them, look, if you're doing it any other time, give me a shout. And he was like, okay, can I have your Instagram? But I was preparing for this day. I went out and I went to get some balloons and stuff, and they were out there with their cameras, and they're like, we haven't yet set up. And I was like, oh, so it's like weird, like you meet them. And then we're celebrating our 700. I was telling them, I was like, we're celebrating. He's like, and I think he looked at me to say, yeah, okay, whatever. And I was like, yeah, these are what the balloons are for. So I don't know whether he believed me or not.
Yeah.
Even though he put his name. The nicest thing was he put his name into my phone. He didn't have his phone. He put his name into my phone in my Instagram account, and he was like, I thought he actually followed his own account from my behalf, but he didn't. So when I got home, I was thinking, where is he? So obviously I looked, and I put the last person who's typed in their name, what have you, and I was like, oh, bless him. Other people just would have followed straight away, like, follow me. So he wouldn't have known if I was lying or not, And his question was, I was like, what is this for? And he was like, we're talking about relationships. I was like, that's really sweet. That's, you know what, I wish you the best. I wish I could do this. I've got to go. But we've been married. I've been married for 25 years, and he went, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah." And that's what I mean. And he probably thought, "Yeah, whatever," because he didn't have my account until last night, until I actually followed him when I got home. So yeah, it's like that was a sign. People starting up YouTube,
and we
celebrate 700k.
Yeah, and I believe we've had a long break, and I think the people who have followed us on both channels, on everything, they more or less know that obviously we haven't been posting nothing on our podcast, on our Spotify and our YouTube channel, which is the Best Couple Podcast, but we've been consistently posting on our other main YouTube channel, which is what we started over 4 years ago. A lot goes on. I think everyone we've been married for 25 years, been together longer than that. I know not everyone who's watching this or listening to us know that. We have 4 kids, so it is a restart. 3 of them at university, well, 2 of them graduated. One's at university, about to do a second year, and we've got our son who's going to turn 13 at the end of this month. So, as you can imagine, when you've got a family, we have had a lot going on, and that's why we haven't posted, but we've continuously worked on our main channel to make sure that kept running, because obviously our baby, not that this isn't, but it was just finding the right time when we were going to be ready.
Come back, yeah.
And also reflecting on where we are, where we're going, what we're doing, why we're doing it,
what we did,
and
why we did it.
And so many stuff that's going on, including the podcast that we done. Well, this is going to be this podcast, but I mean now it's what we were talking about originally. All those kind of things.
It's like, I understand what you mean. Even you were just saying that we were focusing more on the other channel. We were consistent on that. I don't feel like we gave you our all.
No. I think I got that wrong. More. We were consistent on there, but I don't think we were focused in anything. Yeah. We were lost in the sense that even though that our main channel, we continued on working on it, our mindset and our drive was away from it. And we were thinking about the Best Couple podcast and what we want to do, and also thinking about other things that we can do, because somehow we felt that, are we getting value from our main channel and what we're doing? Obviously we are, but our mindset,
we'll go into that a bit more later. But yeah, I just feel like it's just a fresh start, and it's just like I said at the beginning, that you said, what a great day to start it on.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, like, we was like, what did we talk about? And then seeing those young lads yesterday, I was like, let's talk about our journey, because we have in the past, we've been asked, and I've still got all the list in front of me here, right here, of how many people have asked us questions, whether they're going to start up a YouTube channel, or whether they have, and they've, given in halfway through. Just questions we've asked, people have asked us ourselves. How was it for you? And then seeing them yesterday, it's just like, how about do that? Because we've hit a milestone. Why can't we help other people? Why can't we give advice from what we've learned to others? Because we've learned a lot.
Not the easy way, but we've learned a lot.
No, exactly.
I had my first copyright strike this year as well. After 4.5 years.
And
any other time if I had it, I would have gone all crazy, and it would have affected me badly. But this year, I handled it really well. And
I applaud you for that, because I know you would have been really down about that. It would have stressed you out so much.
And I was going to say to the people who don't know, it's not we haven't got loads of things going on and loads of ups and downs. Just like a real family, things need fixing around the home. Relationship, kids come over, different things going on.
I don't know how the people do it, to be honest. Like, how do they do it? Because we're very much family orientated. Like, if our kids come down, which they did last week, because we thought we'd do it last week. This one saying it still worked out really well for us. It's today we're doing it on a day that is, we're celebrating something. But last week we were thinking, yes, we come back from holiday. We thought, yes, we're going to start this podcast. We were raring to go. And then last week again. But there's always something. So with having a family, I'm thinking, how do people do it? How do they dedicate themselves when they've got so much going on? The kids came over, and we like to spend time with them.
We actually just sat around talking.
For hours. Like, obviously we've been away for nearly 12, 13 days.
It's really like, going, get to work. Will you just stop sitting down and talking with them?
Yeah,
you can do that in the evening, do it later.
But even then, in the evening, you've got more to talk about.
And it was like that.
So how do people do it?
I don't know, and I don't think that's one thing we've sort of,
If we did, we would have been, I think, with the other channel, we probably would have been on 1 million by now.
Yeah.
Yeah. With everything else, I know there's been a lot going on, but if we did focus... And, we do like try and be there with the kids as much as we can. And
I think we would have also hit it if we didn't distract ourselves with other things. Yeah. We basically started doubting ourselves. Yeah. A lot, not only with our YouTube channel, but with a lot that's gone on. And this is for anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel or Instagram or TikTok and all that. What will happen is, first, you won't start. Second, in the sense that you want to do something, but you don't know what to do and how to do it. Then you start looking at what everyone else is doing. And then even if you have an idea of your own, you start thinking it's not going to work, but this idea will work, which isn't you. And then when you do get going, you then start feeling a bit crappy in yourself of like, well, I mean, that didn't happen with us in that sense. But later on, you start going, how come you start comparing, how come they are further from doing whatever, or the thing that you're doing, you're thinking, is there any value from it? What I'm doing, are people, even though you're getting the figures and the numbers, am I enjoying it? What people think about me? You do start thinking those things. So, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And I feel like it didn't help as well having me feel that way towards you, because if I was the opposite, I was like motivating you and saying, no, it's the best thing ever, what we're doing. I was just the same.
Yeah.
And I think having that time out and everything that we have had, whether it is slacking on Magic Flicks, which is our main channel, whether it is taking time, cutting off from this podcast, and even going abroad and just reflecting. And there's obviously a lot of other things as well that's gone on in the background.
Which we'll probably sort of like talking podcast. And that was the thing. It was like, what is that purpose of our podcast?
Yeah.
It's not... When the time comes, if we want to bring people in that want to talk to, We will, but they won't be just like everyone else, bringing some specialist about something and then asking them questions that everyone else is asking. It's those kind of things. We're like asking, who are we? What is it that we? Who are we?
You know why? Because I think we've had to figure everything out ourselves. We've had no one to ask those questions. We've just gone. We have gone about life figuring out everything. If we had someone, even like for example, YouTube, we had some friends who do YouTube, and we were like, hey. Yeah, how do you sort this out, or how do you do that? Most
of them wouldn't have told us the ones that we had, if I'm like thinking about it, because there was many things that like, how do you do that? Oh well, it's always been like that, isn't it? Not it's like this.
Yeah, but do we know anyone who does YouTube?
No, we don't know anyone who does YouTube or Instagram. No one who works on social media.
If there was anyone that we did know in that sense, and other things as well, just in generally, like you're saying, not knowing. Where we're going, where we're not, like giving that kind of advice and whatever else not, like there's no one, we've figured it out ourselves, everything, whether it is like the copyright strike, whether it has been like, do we want to head that way, we've tried
from the editing to the filming to marriage to parenting, we've not been able to ask anyone else for support. It's all been
the kids,
basically.
Even the kids going to uni, have you got anyone that you can speak to and say, oh, how's it going?
No, we didn't.
No. Like how did you do this, or how did you handle it when they went, or like no one is just having each other.
Because if anyone knows, it's just like the six of us kind of thing that, have been together, like trying to learn off each other, different things. Even the kids, they've got their own things, but it's not like they could do what we're doing and vice versa.
They're finding themselves as well.
Yeah,
and the good thing is they have us for support now. She does ring you a couple of times now. The old ones rang you to find out, oh Dad, I'm thinking of this.
Yeah, but not only that,
you had that.
Even that now, like, it's exactly.
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. Like she would ring you and Dad.
Yeah.
I was thinking of going this way.
This way and that way. It's nice.
I was thinking, and it's nice.
Even if I don't know at the end of the day, it's her choice. It's her decision.
Yeah.
But I'm just giving her either reassurance or thinking it may be a good idea, or maybe any other sort of opportunity or things that she hasn't thought of.
Yeah.
But then it's just that.
To me, it just feels so lovely that she's asked her Dad.
Yeah, it's lovely.
She wanted Dad's opinion and she values what you have to say. So that's what we both haven't had that. We've just off each other. It's always been with.
And also like the fact that last time she came, she also gave us like thoughts and ideas about things that we're talking. Not that we sort of last. She just went, "Hey guys, you know what? You lot can do this on your podcast. You lot can do that on your podcast. Yeah. This might be good." Now I thought, wow, actually wrote those things down. So it's and it does help.
Yeah.
So
that stage of life now where she's giving us advice, but it'd be her asking us. But whereas like everything you've just mentioned is like.
I was gonna say even this now, restarting this podcast. A bit. I wouldn't say it's weird. I'm not nervous, but I'm not at ease as I am when I'm doing Magic Flicks.
Yeah.
Because with Magic Flicks, I know what I'm going to talk about, as in the subject matter is in front of me. I don't know what I'm going to say because it's basically whatever we see. It's where it takes us. It makes us feel a certain way. Our visuals are listening and everything, and then we sort of like give our review, kind of talk about that piece. But here. I mean, obviously, there's going to be times when we talk about a podcast and we know what we're going to address. But we're not scripting anything. We're just going to take it where it is.
No.
Today's, it was more or less like going, okay, it's just more or less going, telling people, as you can see, I'm still trying to find my words. It's a restart. It's a restart and also a celebration. So it's like we do want to do this podcast.
We do.
We're not going to leave our main channel.
We're not.
At all. But at the same time, we're going to give a lot more of us to both of these, channels, should I say.
Yeah.
The Magic Flicks and the Best Couple podcast. Two are different avenues. And again, we were trying to keep them separate at one point. We thought, didn't we?
Yeah. And it is that. So we're coming back and also, giving advice if anyone needs it, what we can help you with. On the journey from our journey. Yeah, we were like stepping back from Magic Flicks. It was just, I think when it first started, it was all exciting. I mean, we started because of.
I love movies.
Where we were, I mean,
in our life, but I love movies and other thing. But I was going through a lot in my work, and I didn't want to be there. So yeah.
So obviously, it just took off over.
It took off. COVID.
Yeah. I was trying to think. You said you were like so excited when we hit 100k.
No, 1,000. I was just excited when we hit 1,000. 1,000 people, and I was like, wow, oh my gosh.
Like I remember when we started, you were still working, and I was sleeping in the spare. I don't know why. There was something going on. They were having some decorating doing. I can't remember what the reason was, but I was on the phone in the morning, like each time checking how exciting it was that the numbers were flowing, and the excitement was there, and then all of a sudden, it kind of this. I think what would you say about a year?
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it did become like it didn't matter if you reached the milestone, it didn't feel as exciting. You just kept on looking at the next one. Kept on looking at the next one. Sort of thing.
I don't think it was, Steve. I don't think it was. Looking at the next one, I don't feel like we just appreciated it first enough. We hit the milestone, but then it wasn't like, oh my God, like how we're excited.
But that's what I mean. But you just like, yeah, I've achieved it. What's the next one?
Yeah.
And it got so absorbed in trying to do more and more and more and more, and not appreciating, that, oh my God, you know what, we've reached here. Not like how it first started, the 1,000, the 10,000.
Because we didn't even celebrate our 200.
But also 100,000, we were good.
Yeah.
It was like after we reached 100,000, we got our plaque. Then he ended up becoming like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I think it just like became focused on, I think it's that sort of thing where many people start, I wouldn't say it's self-sabotage, or you start thinking, I don't want to fail. So you're so focused on working so hard to make sure that it doesn't go at your hands, instead of appreciating how far you've come.
Yeah.
You keep on start worrying like, oh my gosh, I've achieved this.
Yeah.
I've achieved this. If I don't do it, or if I don't do this, and I don't do that, and I don't do it in this way, then, and I've got to do more. I've got to do even more. I've got to do... And then it doesn't matter how stressed you felt, how much you just felt like you got to continuously work instead of like taking.
And that kind of backfired because we weren't really moving forward, and then everything else, sort of things were happening so much. The kids were moving away and trying to do that at the same time as whatever else was going around. It was just making us go.
And then you start looking at other channels. I know it's not in a finger, but you do, regardless of you see someone else doing something, and you're going, how did they get that, or how did they do that? And then you're going, why isn't mine working?
Yeah.
Or maybe I'm doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Maybe, I know I want to do YouTube videos. Yeah. I know I enjoy being in front of the camera and editing and all this stuff. I enjoy the work. Maybe I'm just the wrong subject matter.
Yeah.
I might be better if I did this, or better if I did that.
Yeah.
That's happening.
So we have had questions where people are like, they set up a YouTube and they are just not getting anywhere. They've been in it 6 months and they want to quit it as well. Or even after a week, that it is hard. It is not easy.
It's not easy.
Everyone thinks it's easy. It isn't. It's a continuous.
I mean, you can film things and put them on.
Yeah,
you can carry on putting them on. There's people out there who post God knows how many things. But,
Yeah. But I also believe, like you were saying, there was like just working, trying to hit another milestone, but not appreciating the journey. But again, with everything that was going on, and also another big factor was, I feel like I was I was very negative. I became negative towards it, in a way which kind of affected you. I even wanted to come off.
You did come off.
I did eventually. This is only like now we're talking about 9 months ago, but I wanted to come off ages like before that. I haven't imagine how many arguments we had.
Yep.
Like over me, just like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. It's not fun anymore. It's not even not that it wasn't fun. It was more how it was affecting me.
Yeah.
And I know that's a different subject to talk about altogether.
That, like people's comments, how they made you feel, but not only that, you started looking at it, even though, like I said at the start, I love movies. Not that Sureet doesn't. Sureet will watch movies. She loves songs. She's grown up watching them. She'll still watch them now, but not to the point where I'll watch everything, listen to everything.
And this is why it works so well, because this is what you live by. And if anyone knows you, they know the real Steve. They know this is him. It's movies. if he's not thinking of a script himself or writing something, he's watching
Already
something,
figuring out what's going to happen in the movie.
Yeah. So this is something that he is absolutely crazy about.
Why couldn't they do this instead? Why didn't they, it's always that.
Yeah.
But
and with me, it was, yes, I love movies. I've always loved movies, but not to the extent this guy. 7 days a week he could have a movie on in the evening, and I'm like, no, can we do something that I want to do now?
Yeah.
And I think I've dropped those hints to you about 10 times this week. Yeah, because that's what we do. But yeah, I was becoming very negative, and putting that impact, I was impacting that on you as well. I think for me also,
you're also getting a bit bored. You're just getting a bit fed up with everything because you want to do other things.
There was things I wanted that I was doing, and then I was obviously.
And then the big one, I think, the big one was, she did, like people say, don't care. If you want to do something in life and you want to get somewhere, no matter what, you got to stop thinking what other people think of you.
Yeah.
It's not easy to do that. Like you could turn around and go, oh, I don't care. Yeah, everyone will say I don't care, and they'll do. Even now we could post things you posted things on TikTok, and you could turn around and you'll see someone go, write some silly comment about what kind of husband makes his, lets his wife be on the video with him and do this kind of stuff, and you're like going, and no man does that, and you're like going, so my thought was, so a man can create an anonymous profile to write a message on someone else's thingy, but yet a man can't be sitting there with his wife and do a podcast or a video or something like that. Who defines what a man does and does not do, and how, again, everyone assumes they can say, and loads of things people were writing was obviously affecting you, but then you also started thinking about those people who are not in your life, you have nothing to do with, but you start going, what I'm doing, seems like it's not for a certain audience. Like, what would everyone else is probably thinking, well, what's so great about this?
Yeah.
You ain't doing anything valuable. Yeah. Ain't doing anything special. Yeah. Yes, you got a YouTube channel, and yes, you got the numbers, but watching exactly. something, so what's the big deal? And you start going, well, and you start feeling, even though people went, they're random strangers, even they didn't say it,
no.
But you started thinking it.
You're thinking it because, you know what it was? You're thinking it because the people that friends and family, that claimed at one point that, oh, we didn't know you did this. Oh, wow, okay, well, now. And yet there was, every time we've hit a milestone, like now we've hit a milestone, right? And I've had people saying, oh God, people that we know, congratulations, not congratulations on this milestone, when apparently they found out that about our channel, which was, I don't know, 2 years in, when we walked the streets and someone was like, oh my God, you guys do what you do. So it's shocking. People knew, but they pretend they didn't know. So that was one thing. Secondly, when they did, you finally meet up, it's like, oh, saying that they're happy for you. But then when someone's happy for you, when you've hit a milestone, you'd expect your friend to... Or even a family member to say, wow, congratulations, what the hell?
Or not only that, follow you, write a message or something, or, I love that, whatever you did, but...
I've had people that I know who follow me on all platforms. They'll follow me on Instagram, TikTok, people that we know, but yet they won't congratulate you when you've done something, you've achieved something. But when I had my old account, which was barely nothing, when we weren't doing so well, when I just had an old account, they'd always write, they'd always make a comment, and I'm like, well, every post I put up, all these people that I knew, whether it was a family member, whether it was a friend, will write something. So you do start thinking, well, it's not even one, every one of them. They all kind of back off. Oh, who does think they are now? We're not going to write congratulations, or we're not going to say, oh, that's lovely. Oh, wow, you guys have done that. But before, when you had a closed account, or not even a closed account, when you had a small account and you're trying to get somewhere, they're constantly...
You were just posting.
But years like 2017, when I had my old account.
When you were trying to do
to get somewhere.
Different things.
I mean, I was 200k maybe. No, not 200k. So about 2000. 2000 for every friend I knew. For every family member I knew, they'd be writing on those, and it just makes it, well, why now, not now? Like, that. So it does mess with your head. It was overcoming that as well, because you start thinking of what are they thinking? Oh, who does she think she is? Or you want your family members, your friends to celebrate with you. You know what I mean? Like, it's special. Why wouldn't you? I know I would. So it was all those things that were messing with my head, and I had to come away from it all to think, you know what the hell, like, and actually appreciate it. Finally, like, it took me a while. No, it's not even that. It's like there was so much other stuff that was going on, obviously, and then take myself back to where it began, how exciting it was, and how much fun it was, and then you know what? Not even thinking about those people that were a part of my life.
But it did think it's like, it wasn't like when you did work with me and jumped on the videos, and you was feeling okay on certain days. You enjoyed it, and you're like going, actually, I'm like, yeah. But then every week, two things used to happen nearly every week. Number one was those thoughts would come of people would probably think, oh God, what's so great about this? Yeah. Like, you know,
anyone can do it.
Anyone can do it. And not only that, you know what, they're probably just laughing and going, oh my God, you know what, this is all they do anyway, so what's so great about honestly, this? No. And then secondly, it was always like, all the comments that were coming to you was making you feel like, oh my God, this is just sick. I don't want to go on in front of the camera and have this. Yeah. And it's not what I would like. And I just like kept on bouncing and kept on going, and it was just like, that was really hard. But then at the same time, for me, it was, yes, I know people are going to say, hey, why didn't you just... For me, I did start thinking, I don't see her lasting this. I don't see her continuing doing this, because if this is how she truly feels... And not only that, you kept on reminding me of myself when I was in the police force for 20 years. I wanted to get out at a certain point, and I was struggling, and I wanted to get out. I didn't know where to go, what to do, and I just felt like I was suffocating, and that I was trapped in a life and trapped in a job that I didn't want, and it was stressing me. Even though I was feeling now I could say depressed, I was just still going to work and carrying on. And I kept on looking at myself and going, she's doing something she doesn't like. She's doing it because I was doing it thinking, I've got family to support. I've got to look after them, but I don't know how to get out of this. Yeah. And unless I can find a way out, I got to keep doing this because I've got to... And I went, and my mind was, she's doing what I'm doing. She's doing what I did. She's doing things because she thinks that she needs to support her family, she needs to support me, but she isn't happy. And she keeps on doing this. Sooner or later, either she's going to get really ill, or two, she's going to go, I've had enough, I ain't doing it. And then my mindset was, then what do I do? Not in the sense that I can't do it by myself, but I know that everything that we've built, like Magic Flicks, and also now the Best Couple podcast, can you imagine? I'm going to do the Best Couple podcast without my other half. It's just me on the Best Couple podcast. That's a bit strange. Unless I start bringing other people in there to like going, whoever it is my couple kind of thing. Yeah. Magic Flicks, I always say it's a bit like Ant and Dec, you know, like you get one or the other, it just doesn't work. And and people said that, and not in a bad way. People used to go, Steve, love you to bits, very supportive right from the beginning. And they'll still come and watch my videos, but I wouldn't get the same views. And they went, it's the same thing, you could put Sureet on there. And, you know, she'll get the same. Yeah, you might get the guys who will just come because they want to look at Sureet, but they go, and, you know, we'll support, but you won't get the same numbers because of... It's you two together, and you like don't get it that you know. And but at the same time, I went, she's not going to last this. She's not going to continue on because I kept on hearing what you're saying. And I went, this is how she thinks. This is how she believes. This is how she feels. So if she sooner or later stops this, I need to. And this Magic Flicks isn't going to work without her. If we do a podcast, it ain't going to work without her. I need to figure out something else that I can do by myself that I know that I'm good at. You know, like obviously 20 years in the police force, helping kids out, helping people out, talking to them. What is it that I can do that I've been doing, my skills and whatever it is, that I can still do, you know, by still doing what I'm doing, like, you know, YouTube and stuff like that, because I enjoy this. Yeah. So I love this, but what is it else that I can do by still doing this? Yeah. If she's not going to do it, that I have to do it by myself. Not that I want to, but I feel like I'm going to have no choice but to.
I think is when you're starting up anything really, you're going to have self-doubts. Regardless, it doesn't. With us, we were doing really well, and we were having these doubts. Like, oh my God, with me, I didn't help you much. You were happy doing what you're doing,
and that's what you kept going, I'm helping you.
Yeah,
I'm helping you do something. You're happy with it, but I'm not.
And I think,
and this is what, And then she kept on like, when you kept on saying those things like, oh my god, who's gonna be watching this anyway? What's so great about this?
Again,
and anyone could do this,
yeah.
and then you started making me feel like crap
Yeah.
because I'm not going. I actually love this.
Yeah.
For a guy who's been a police officer for 20 years, raises kids and everything, I love what I could do this all the time. I get to talk about the things I want to do, see what I want to see. I love this, and she kept on telling me that's something I enjoy. I love. It's like having a parent going, that's got no value. That's not going to take you anywhere.
You know
that's
what?
not good enough.
And again,
I was like going,
the
what?
mindset, and what I was going through, at that time, and was going through all the way up until now, 9 months ago. My mindset up until 9 months ago was still the same, and if I hadn't taken this big gap, I probably would have been the same still. And even now, like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to. So I do say. Obviously people ask the questions about YouTube and stuff. It's difficult. Even if you're on your own or you're with people, you're going to have doubts. Even if the channel's doing really well, you're going to have doubts because of the people around you. They do start changing completely. They'll say they're happy, but they don't show their happiness. They don't support you. And that does affect you. And we're not the only people. I've seen big channels who talk about the same thing.
Yeah.
And, and they're happy enough to say, you know what, it took us a while before effort. Don't want nothing to do with them, because if they want to, if they can't be there in your happy times, what's the point even being? Like, that saying. So that affected me. Although you already know what was going on in my head anyway, what I was going through already. So, and I in a way I don't feel bad. I mean, I might come across bad, like, oh my god, you were saying all that stuff to him, but no one knows what I was going through and what I was dealing with, and that is something we can talk about whenever. Another time, because this is about celebrating, but the fact that it hasn't been an easy ride at all, because people think it is. Oh, it must have been easy, 700, anyone can do it. Even I thought anyone can do it, but like Steve said, we have people comment and leave messages, beautiful messages, that you can do it alone. Sureet can do it alone. You won't get the same figures.
And loads of people who from us have started their own YouTube channels and said, look, because of you I've started it. And then many of them, sorry to say, but I've also stopped it because they just went, we gave it a go, and it just didn't work out, which again, it's not, sometimes it is, part of it is about luck, part of it is about, sometimes it's about, are you doing what other people are doing and you see what's working? Like now, the reaction channel, when we started I didn't see anyone else doing it in that it was working. That, oh look, everyone's doing a reaction channel. Now there might be loads, right? I don't know, but at the time when I did it, I knew nothing about it. I never saw one. I knew nothing of it. I just saw one person, that's it. I watched it because you had it on. This girl was reacted to something, and I thought, wow, you know what I mean? Genuinely, I could see her emotion watching a song, and I thought, boy, that's crazy. But yeah, it made me feel like, oh my gosh, you know what I mean? Watching her, I felt emotional, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, I heard the song before, but I could just see that she was feeling it.
Yeah.
But I felt connected, to her, even though.
That.
And then all of a sudden, I think at the blue, when we took that step of doing this, I didn't know where it was going to go. It was just more or less, I'm stuck in a job that I don't like. But when I come home, I don't want to be miserable. I want to be doing something. Something that, relating to what I enjoy, which is movies, songs and things like that. And then starting that journey, didn't expect that. Did it just for fun.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it just took off because we were us. We were genuine, us, not pretending.
We were us. And also, it's because genuinely, so much about movies. It wouldn't have just took off like that. I don't think it would have, even if it was just us. So much, and I think you kind of doubt yourself on that as well. Sometimes you're like, oh, no, you do. Your ins and outs. Like just something. What was you saying today? Someone's wrote something.
I saw this trailer of a movie that's on Netflix now, and I think I'd done the trailer reaction, and I said I got a funny feeling it's a thriller. It's either this or this is what I'm expecting. And someone's actually written, I haven't seen it yet, but I want to watch it now. And someone said, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you got it in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just from that, you got the whole film in 2 minutes. You should start writing,
So it
thrillers
worked.
and
It
stuff
worked.
like that, because you just like, how the heck did you like from a trailer?
It worked.
Got all the film just.
You know your ins and outs about movies, and you want to write. You know you have that director's mind, but like I think to myself, like I pushed you to do that. Like I told you what you're good at. I've always known what you're good at, and pushed you, got you into that. Like we ended up doing it together, and I loved it absolutely. Again, the reasons why I kind of backed away.
It's supposed to be a celebration, man.
Yeah, but it is a celebration. It's talking about how hard it has been, and people want to start, and it isn't easy.
It's our journey.
And you're
hasn't.
Gonna have people who are gonna tear you down.
I would say the road to 700,000. This is basically us like explaining that it hasn't been an easy track, and then wanting to do other things. It's on top when you see so many people doing so many. This, that, doing all these clips, putting on here, putting on there, and you're just going,
oh my god,
whoa.
how do they have time to themselves? What it's not like you've got every platform, we do everything ourselves.
Obviously many of them pay people, but even when they pay people to do their editing and their thumbnails and putting them on all these other places, you don't see them having that relationship where they're sitting with their kids or sitting with their partners, and you know, you just like look at them, like many of them I see is either they're by themselves, you know, or they're in a relationship, but you don't see them in relationships. Yeah. As in, they're just continuously busy and occupied, and there's that I can't be.
No.
That's not me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might not become a million or billionaire, but you know what? I don't want to look back and regret that. Yeah, I made millions and I became so successful, but I wasn't there, you know, spending time with the people that truly mattered or listening to them. I love that.
And I believe that is because we personally, both of us, didn't get that growing up ourselves. And that's why we really want to be there. Any opportunity. Like you were slack big time when the kids come over.
When the big kids come over. I mean, any other time, baby. I've got that drive. I'll get up at 5 a.m. and I will be, if something's new out, something needs to be watching, new trailer, new review, whatever, I am gung-ho, I'm ready to go. Non-stop.
Really exciting,
and my energy is like, whoa, let's just do this. But when, like, as soon as my kids are over, or, you know, always a certain celebration of it, I'm like going, she doesn't like not work today, you know? Not like everyone else to go, every day is a grind day, every day is you work 18 hours a day, make the most of it, later on you're going to regret. No, I'm going to regret those times that I didn't have with the people that mattered.
Yeah.
And you know, that money is going to, I can make it all that, I can't take it with me anyway.
I don't know about any other channel or any other YouTube, people who do YouTube, whether they are like us, but that's something we've learned about ourselves. We are very much about family, and also, you know, the things that we've learned on the way. Just even like, it was only recently, obviously, me having that 9 months off. How much
Were you pregnant?
How much?
She like thinking then.
No, I'm not. It was a very difficult time.
She'll tell. I'm sure she'll share.
How much? Like I now. Like I can't, like, you know, when people say to you, like, it's you two, you don't understand, and we love your relationship, and we're like, me and him are just me and him. Like, he does my head in. Like, we are, and that's what they love about us, because we are just that on our channel.
Guys, we don't act, and that's why when people find it offensive when we act the way we do, or be the way we do. I shouldn't say act, but be the way we do, because people turn around and start going, oh my god, you don't respect him, he doesn't respect you, oh my god, sort your wife out, blah 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 blah, and you're like going,
how do people act in that?
This is how we are, you know, when there's no camera.
Like, I don't know nothing. I don't know how to be nothing more than what we are. And the thing is, coming back, and I'm like, how much I love the fact that we are unique. Apparently, people are not like us, and that's what people love us for. Just us being just us, dumb at times. We are the stupidest at times when we're on our channel, and we giggle, we say the dumbest things. We sort
of like act like more like best friends than we do as a married couple who should behave in a certain way and going. Get your wife, you know what I mean? Sort her out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh God, yeah.
What kind of man makes his wife? I don't make her do anything.
Yeah.
You know, you like keep on. What kind of man makes his wife do this? What kind of man tolerates his wife or allows his wife to be like that?
Those kind of things.
And I'm like going, allow, tolerate.
And then it makes you think, how are husbands towards their wives? Like, we don't know nothing else other than being this way.
That's who she is.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's made me realise so much more how much I love us. Like, maybe there isn't people who are like us, so we can talk about anything to each other. Like,
Some things I don't even want to know, man. I'll tell you. I tell her right now and go, why? You know what I mean? Just.
Because we're best friends and you need to know.
I don't need to
know.
And
my saying is, well, because if I die and something happens, then at least you know.
And I said, it doesn't matter. We'll find out afterwards in the post-mortem.
No, you wouldn't.
What happened? Yes, we would. You know what I mean? Or write in a note, whatever it is, and then we'll find it. I know. I don't want to know right that time. That's just gross.
Yeah, okay, whatever. But it's coming back and like even thinking now, appreciating, like learning things about us. Like I just thought we were just normal people like everybody else. They're like us. So coming back and thinking, oh
because
my God,
we're not around everyone, and people tend to portray something else in front of others usually, and you're like going, maybe they don't like to show it there, you know, but in their doors or in their rooms, you know, their real them is that. It's just like when they come out, they have to like show that they're a certain way. We're still this. You know what I mean?
So I don't know,
but we're just like going, okay, and then we just like looking at it and going, oh, okay, you know.
And you know what it has done?
Who are we supposed to behave like? Exactly. You know, old. Yeah, is there like a certain age group? As soon as you hit 40 or you hit 50 or you hit 60, you got to keep on changing the way that you talk, the way that you act, the way that you dress, the way that you behave. That's boring. You got one life. That is flipping boring. Be
wearing mini skirts and stuff at the age of 70, 80, am I? I know you'd be hoping I would. Oh, no, you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
But I think I've now value us even more than I ever have before and appreciate. So I was having that 9 months off. No, I wasn't pregnant. It's that like, oh, okay, like people love us. They actually, and you know what?
Don't know why.
And also learning that we're happy being us because we have tried to be other people that we're not be other people, but do things that other people want us to do. And it's like,
yeah,
we can only be ourselves.
Or do things, not what other people want us to do, but all of a sudden, like I was saying, you know, with what everyone started saying, like messages that we're reading, or looking at other people our age, and or you know, like sometimes our kids are going, so and so's parents like this, so and so's parents like that. You guys are like a bit cuckoo. They don't say that, but you know what I mean. It's just like going, you know, maybe we need to act and behave in this certain way. Maybe we need to start talking that certain way. Maybe we need to dress that certain way. And then, you know, like, or, you know, the videos of ours should be more, you know, value to people. In other words, we need to, like, tell them how to live, how we went through it. And, you know, our stuff and how we dealt with it and how you guys can come across your pain and your, like, you know, like what's working with everyone else and that everyone else is doing. We did start thinking that, you know, it's not that we don't know this stuff. So. We've all gone through stuff, different stuff in our lives. And I'm sure people listening, watching have gone through so much stuff and gone through it and overcome it. And they can tell someone else that advice. We've done, and like I said, 20 years in police force, so many people I've dealt with for so many different things. And I've worked in schools for 10 years. So basically, it was like that thing of what is it that we can help others with that they probably know that we've sort of experienced and gone through, and you know. And I'm not saying we're not going to do that and talk about stuff, but not in the way of
we were going about it.
Telling people how to make their lives better and who to be and how to be, because everyone else was doing it.
And this was that everyone else is doing it, so we were heading into those directions. And it's like, hold on, we're not actually being us. And when I look back at those videos, I'm like, I don't like who I am. I love us. I love this. I love the way we are. Why can't we share that kind of information the way we are? And now being in such a better place as well, I don't want to come across like a boo-hoo sympathy. Yeah, everyone, like you said, everyone goes through stuff. Victim. Yeah. Everyone goes through. We all do. We all have a story to share, and I'm sure people could learn and gain some kind of knowledge, and you know, it'd benefit people. But let's do it in a different way.
Yeah.
Let's do it our way, and it's going away. And like, I love us. I love who we are. At one point, there was that like, God, what are we? Like, what the hell? Like, you know, you had so much doubt and you weren't happy with you.
Basically, you want people to take you seriously and think that they're, you know, you're not some dumb idiot who's just like got lucky with something. That what the work that you're doing, people can actually, and then, you know, and you start like doubting yourself, thinking, you know, like, it's that thing I said to you before. When I started studying A-levels, I love sport and I loved film. So I studied sport and I studied film A-level, but you had to do 3, didn't you? And then my friend started saying, I mentioned this before, and friends started going, oh my God, you only pick those subjects because those are easy. I actually genuinely love those things, and that's what I wanted to do. I thought either I'm going to work in movies, which is what I wanted to do, But my backup plan is, because I love sports, I love playing in sports, I wanted to learn a lot more about muscles and fitness and everything. I always thought I would be a coach, not a personal trainer, but a coach. You know, so I can manage or something, coach someone and stuff like that. Weird at that time. None of my friends or no one I knew either wanted to work in films or wanted to work in sports. I did. And I was like looking at Loughborough University, different, like, you know, other universities for movies. And I was like thinking like that. But a few of them basically said, you know, you only pick those because they're easy. Because everyone else is picking accounts, sciences, English, maths and all that. And then I was doubting myself. There you go, self-doubt came in and I went, am I doing it because of that? Now I'm going to prove that I'm doing something, like, you know, I'm smart, I'm not dumb. So I picked law as A-level as well to go with it. But I didn't want to study law. I just done it to prove. And I know now more than anything, I proved. And I wasn't enjoying it. I was hating it. But you know, my grades for my thingy, I passed sports and thingy. I wasn't good at all. You know, like law, even though I became a police officer after. But it wasn't anything compared to what I got for, you know, sports and film. But I had that thing. And then all of a sudden, like, because my parents didn't know anything more, my thought was, how am I going to work in films if I can't go to America or I can't go to India? My parents ain't going to take me. So basically, what an idiot. And, you know, and it was that kind of thing.
Yeah. So and that's an influence that other people had around you. And it's the same thing with...
the environment, the people, the support. Instead of people going, you can.
And the same with YouTube.
You can do it.
The influence that people around you, they're not supporting you, they're not happy for you, they say they're happy for you, these people you know. It's with everything. It's not even that. Even like with myself, being a mom, say I'm a mom before YouTube, or even going back further. Like, first of all, the earliest thing I can remember is a family member of yours saying to me, "Oh, yeah, you're not working now. Like, your kids are all grown up. What are you gonna do?" And it's that pressure that they put on you. Like, and you're like, "Oh my God, fizzled. I don't even know what I want to do." Like, it's already, you know what I mean. And then doing something, just for the sake of it, and looking at what everyone else is doing, not asking yourself, what do you enjoy doing? What do you want to do? And you're just copying everyone, whether it's... I mean, I'm happy that I know everything about beauty. Like, not everything, because there's so much more new stuff. But when I did do it, I learned threading, waxing. I did all of that. But I did that because everyone else was doing it. It's not something I enjoyed. I enjoyed doing it myself, but I set it up. But it's not something I was passionate about that I wanted, because I would have continued on doing it. Yeah. So you, with the peer pressure of other family members, whoever it is, you know, and the same with YouTube. Again, with yourself, with your friends saying what they did about but look where you ended, doing something that you've, you know, loved as a child growing up, movies, and you're so happy. I love watching movies. I never thought this was where I was going to go, but I love what's come with it. It's led me into different avenues and stuff, and even that itself, we were heading different ways. Like you said, what you just said about, you know, helping people, everyone goes through stuff, you know, and we realised now that's not us. Then it was... You get so much chucked your way when you're doing well, successful. You get all the freebies, the food thing. But what we learned, what you realise is you learn about yourself. You're happy. You love. You do eventually. I love who I am. I more than ever. Like before, you know how much I used to put myself down, and I'd be like so self-doubt about everything I do. You know, and considering how much I have done, there was not one time I looked at myself and thought, you know what, wow. You know, from where you were and where you've been, where you know how far you've come. But now it's like I felt amazing, and it is that all those things you've learned along the way. I am happy with who I am. You know,
and guys, I know people probably thinking, "Oh God, you know what? It's not oh God, we're millionaire. And we're like, you know, we still get our, you know, things go pear shaped and things like that." But it's like finally trying to understand who we are, what we love about ourselves, each other. Still growing, still trying to improve. But it's that thing of, you know, like you said with the freebies. At one moment when it started coming, we went, oh my gosh, you know what? We started getting invited to all these places. People then, you know, free places that once we went, you know, we'd love to eat there, but I don't want to go there because the food is a bit more expensive. And if we don't like it, then we've just wasted money. And you're just going, one day. Then all of a sudden, those places started inviting us to eat, paying us to eat, and then you start going, you know, there was nothing special.
And that's what we learned about ourselves as well in this journey. That's when we've learned so much. Now, if we get called out, which we do still, I refuse a lot now, because you do get
at
bored
first
of it.
you're like very excited, like, oh my god, we're getting invited. People are recognise who we are.
You start it off from free. Obviously, you start it from free, but then you like obviously your freebies first. Everyone wants to, because you've got a big account. Why wouldn't they want to advertise? But it does get boring. It does get repetitive, and really, what you gain from it yourself, a free meal that you don't actually really eat. Then eventually you do get paid for some of them. But you know what? What I don't like is the way the PR companies approach as well. They'll come round to you first and they'll like try and see if you're like, the other day I got this burger company. Is it JK? But I don't know, it's something burgers. Honestly, I never write back to people. See, I haven't even told you about this. I don't write back to people normally, you know that. But this company reached out to me saying, a PR company saying, oh, we're promoting, is it JK Burger? Some burgers, some burger place. There's a kid's new meal out, $4.99, and we'd like you to come, pick a day, tell us when you're free. $4.99, you want me to come for a meal, for a kid's meal, and advertise it on, and then they wrote, so we'd want a 90-minute reel, not 90-second reel from you, 90 seconds, right? They want 2 photos, and it's got to be my story, and I'm like, for $4.99, I go and pay for that burger myself. What the hell do I want to do that for you, right? So I wrote back. I went, I never do this. I was like, this really made me laugh. Are you joking me? Like, it makes me laugh that you guys get paid for something. You want me to do this for free, basically, for a burger. And she wrote back to me saying, well, you could have just asked, like, we don't mind like paying you. Just send us. You should have just said, sent us your rates and stuff. Then why didn't you add that in there? Like, what are your rates? But the way they approach you to see if you want a freebie, like, it's sickening. And the account, you're advertising.
And this is what they do.
They're all the same. These PR companies come around to you. So if you are new and you're setting up, and you even have like 2,000, 5,000, you can still make 20 quid, 50 quid, I think, from about 20, 50 quid. 50 quid, I'd say, even like from a 10K. I think 10K. If you've got 10K followers on Instagram, TikTok, you can make at least 50 quid. As a foodie vlogger for when anyone reaches out to you.
And get the food for free.
And get the food for free. And these PR companies, the fact that they go around and ask you to come, and they still try it to see if you can get it for free. It's like, are you having a joke?
They want you,
but then they get paid for you.
They act like they're helping you.
Yeah.
You getting free food and you're providing, the photos and all that, but they get paid. But they actually get paid to pay you as well, but they don't give you the money. So
there's that, you learn these things along the way. So yeah, keep that in mind. But that's something we learned. We're like, don't want to do this. I'm sorry.
And
even
not
if
only
we
that,
get paid for it sometimes,
we've been around
don't want to.
Influencers, food vloggers, various other people who do different kinds of stuff, and we don't want to do what they're doing.
So you learn a lot about yourself. You really do, and you don't
fit into that clique. They're very cliquey. They're very. It's a weird world, and you gotta really know who you are and where you're going.
Yeah, it's like the amount of times we've been places, and if you guys have seen me post a picture of me just in an outfit at a nice restaurant and not the food, is because I didn't like the food whatsoever. There's no chance I'm going to write about food and how nice it was, or even share what I had, which food vloggers do when they get called out to these places. And you see them and they're constantly like, oh, this place, this is where I went, blah, blah, blah. I don't care, even if it hurts that person that they've called us.
I've stopped going, guys. So if you guys see me in any place that I'm sitting and eating, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
I honestly, I said to Sureet, I can't do it. That's not who I want to be. I don't care about the free food. I don't even care about the free food and getting paid for it. Sometimes obviously we get paid because of the numbers that we got. But even that, I just go, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not. I understand it's good and it's quite a lot of money in the sense that just you go in there to eat, but I don't enjoy the experience.
The thing is, if we don't enjoy the experience, and sometimes we don't even enjoy the food, even if it's been paid, and we will not share that. Where other people will still share it because they're being paid for it, and that's what we've learned about ourselves.
Because we do say because we do say to the person, yes, we will share it. It's not that we won't. It's not like, we went there, got free food, got paid, and we're not doing the job for them. We do say, look, we'll share the stuff. There is no issue with that. But the people that watch us, they want a honest opinion and review.
And that's what we started up with Magic Flicks,
honest opinion and review. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we'll post it that we came, but we have more or less to be saying that we did go there, the place was lovely, if that was the case, but the food wasn't great. Or the food was amazing, but the place could have been... So basically, constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Not all got slag it off. And majority of the time, they'll just say, the place was great, the food was great, but the service, they were just like, horrible, which is what we've also had. And they'll more or less go, no, thank you. We don't want even that.
Yeah.
We basically either want it all positive or don't do it at all. And it's not like they can have, because we're willing to, it's not that we've not, we're taking the money at the food and we ain't doing nothing. We've more or less gone, people, it's like going on TripAdvisor, you know what I mean? All these companies, verified companies, someone gives you a product, doesn't matter if it's Apple or whatever, you see all those YouTube channels, they get all these products given to them for free, but they also get paid. The products get given to you for free, but everyone on those channels, they get paid to review the item.
Yeah.
But you've got to be, who's genuine, because they'll turn around and say, this is what we loved about it, but these are the things that could have been better or we didn't like. It's constructive. Every single person you see is a food vlogger. Majority of the time, they'll just put down everything was great.
Great, yeah.
Because they want more and more people to keep on inviting them so they can say everything was great. Everything isn't always great.
Can you imagine how many times have we been invited out? Which ones have you really enjoyed going to? And you can say, I really want to go again. There's one at the top of my head, and I love the service, the guy there. We've been there just recently, just passing by.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's not. We've been to many places, but I would never still brag, and even if I share it, I won't say, oh my God, this was amazing. Go just share my photos. Now, for instance...
And that place we went to London.
Yeah, the London one.
Yeah. I would say some of the least expensive places have had better...
One we paid.
Both were paid. Have had better experience, better customer service, and better food. Yeah. Than the expensive
So, for example, that one, obviously, that was a freebie. I was called to do a freebie. And I thought, okay, you know what? I've never been there recently. And the service was appalling. I took the photos and even I was ready to film and everything. Obviously, the food wasn't even great. We had a problem with the food. We had a problem with... There were so many problems. And did I share it? No, I didn't. I didn't share it. And obviously, I wanted to speak to the manager about it. I thought that was damn rude as well because he was like, well, you know what? You should have asked someone. I was like, you know what? Something like this. If you want me to post it, I should have got paid for it, to be honest. I don't know why I accepted it, first of all. But I just thought, I've never been here and people do rate it. I'm not going to share it because I didn't find anything. And it was nothing. It was just like he didn't really care. And I was like, oh my God. Like, so I didn't share anything other than I put a picture of myself up on... There's been about 3 places I've been to that have called us out, that I've just stuck a picture of myself. I haven't tagged them. I will not tag them. And I don't... Yeah, I just put a picture of myself. I don't put the food up. And that's just it itself.
Yeah.
How much we've learned about ourselves, how much we are true. Like, people don't like that, but we don't like to lie.
And that's what started happening
people
more
hate
and
us
more.
For that, but
and not only that,
care.
we did start not politically trying to do things right in the sense that when we started doing these other videos, it was more to do with, there was that, obviously. So we started learning what we liked and didn't like about it. I hate it. I can't do it.
Hell?
Go to places that I want to go to, pay for the food, and not have the headache of sticking the camera in my, I'm recording, and it ends up being, it doesn't become enjoyable, it ends up becoming work.
Yeah, but
as well.
Like I just generally do that when we pay for our own stuff anyway, when we go out and about.
I hate it when she does it.
I don't go around bragging about their place or anything. I just share pictures like I did for my birthday. Did I do anything like over the top like these people do? Oh, it becomes a...
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's different people do different things. Mm-hmm. Some people love to do that. Some people love to go place to place, eat, drink, and then... what I'm saying is
what we've learned about us. We are honest people, and that's something. There's so many things we've doing this that we've learned that we can't be like everybody else. We tried to. No, you don't like our honesty. Tough. We ain't going to be doing this
anymore. And it's the same with our movie reactions and reviews. When we watch something, we be genuine. If we don't like it, we don't like it, and we do get sometimes a lot of backlash kind of thing, but we can't change that. But I mean that, from all the things that we're doing, I started doing something by myself, and I then realised, and I was doing it, even though I was happy that I could do things by myself because I was getting out of my comfort zone. Yeah. But even when we started doing this podcast, when we first started this podcast, again, it's like something we wanted to do together that had a different meaning, took us in a different way. Something, we could talk about anything and everything. But again, we didn't know why are we doing this, in the sense that, again, it felt like, we went on TikTok and loads of people are going, oh my God, you guys are being yourself and you talk genuinely about real things. And then it ended up becoming about issues, problems, what we went through,
what we were going
because
through.
people were relating, and we thought, okay, this is working. And again, I'm not saying we won't talk about real stuff. That, you know, like I might mention experiences that I've gone through, maybe in the police force, maybe in my friendships or relationships, but not the people. As in, I find it like in the sense that whatever we've been through, the highs and lows, everyone's gone through them, you know, and we've learned a lot about ourselves. But now I just look at it like we're all on different journeys. Yeah, there was a time where we all got along before because we were all in the same place. Now we're just on different paths. I don't want to say anything, you know what I mean? I might talk about certain experiences that we went through or what we felt, but I'm not going to say anything about those people. I'm not going to, like, you know, just like this. There's some places that I might mention, some places that I won't mention, you know what I mean? But it's about enjoying yourself, having a laugh. Why are you doing it? Does it make you feel good? You know, when you're talking, I don't want it to be like people looking and going, oh my gosh, she's talking shit about that person. I don't want to talk shit about someone. I mean, unless someone was really horrible and I just want to tell you guys to stay away. You know what I mean? Genuinely. Yeah. Like, you know, like there's a company like now, the copyright strike, it doesn't matter. I work with so many production companies from all around the world. You know, well, we have. And we've done reactions and trailer reactions, songs and everything. And they reach out to us and they pay us to do their videos and all that. And then there's one company, not going to name it, but people will probably know who've seen my other videos. They gave me a copyright strike for a video that I did and had no copyright issues. Everything was legit. People have done it. But I've reached out and I'll tell you, the worst customer service, the worst engagement and communication I've had from any of their, you know, department. And it's a big name company. And I was like amazed because I've worked with them and they've asked me to work with them. And so I was astonished. And I've gotten to a point where I'm going, you know what, I just want to work with them again. Instead of like going, and I've learned from that, I've experienced from that, and I've gone, okay, you know what, I've got that, the copyright strike will go, but I won't work with them again because I'm not going to have a company that used to reach out with me and wants me to do their jobs. And then when I'm reaching out and going, you lot made a mistake, genuine error, genuine mistake, check it out. And they couldn't be asked. And I went, this isn't professional. This is what I'm trying to say. So you are going to come across things, but it's how you deal with them. It's technically, you're still giving them publicity without giving them publicity.
You're not though.
But yes, you are.
I never tag those
just
people.
because you didn't like it, it doesn't mean that other people...
I don't tag those people to even... Yeah, I don't tag them. I don't write nothing. I don't even share the food. I just a picture of me somewhere out. Like, that's it. I will not do that. Where other people just do what they do. And these are the things that we've learned. There's so many things that we've tried and errored, and we've gone back to it's like finding yourself. I think that's where it's gone back to, being happy with yourself, and everything we were doing is more than good enough. We enjoy it, you know what I mean? And I even with me now coming back after 9 months, I freaking missed Magic Flicks. I did, but it's coming back fresh and understanding why I was getting angry and why I was getting upset, and you know, and
I kept going though.
He did.
I didn't give up hope.
And it was really hard for me. It was hard for me to let you do
that.
Yeah,
I know. I'm not saying that, oh my gosh, you just like... put it this way, got to the point where she was still working, still doing it, still going, I can't work on that day, but I'll do this one, I can't do it that way. It was like, you know, having a part-timer who just like, you know, didn't want to really come, but she was coming. And then one day I asked her, I said something news out, I'm going to do it. And she went,
said yes to you first.
And she said yeah. And then I went back in and I said, look, let's go. And she just went, I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it no more. Because the pressure...
I'm not doing it no more, she said. But at that point, I didn't say what or this. I went, okay. And it was more or less...
The pressure was a bit much for me. Like, I had changed so much about myself. And that's what I mean. Again, I keep saying it. We are happy with ourselves. We found... Like, just going back to the people we were, who we criticised and put ourselves down so much. Like, even the way I dressed and stuff, I started changing. And I wasn't happy in that.
You started changing the way you dressed.
And I wasn't feeling good.
You started changing to, like, you know, people keep on saying, oh God, why is she wearing those dresses for? Blah, 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 blah. And you started wearing jumpers and full-on T-shirts. And then I was looking at you like, that isn't you.
And I wasn't even being myself.
And she wasn't even happy.
I wasn't being myself. Like, this is a part of myself I love. I've always been like this, you know. I like to look after the way I look, and it makes me happy. And what the hell? So I just turn up. So much.
Makes me happy.
I had to learn about myself and come back and accept about myself that there's nothing wrong with the way I am. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. There's nothing wrong. Other people might have problems, but that's so much. Everything we're doing is good, and you know what? It's only going to get better.
And not only that, if you guys see our Magic Flicks channel, our videos, we normally have a laugh, have a joke. I mean, there's some things you can't. You get emotional, or you get angry, and annoyed, but our emotions are basically there. And sometimes we take the mic, we have a laugh, we have I tease her, she teases. This is how we are, even when the kids are around, the cameras ain't on. No. And sometimes the kids are like going, Dad, or Mum, or oh my God, and it's not, and sometimes we'll have friends and, their partners here, and it'll just be like, oh, it's not for, oh God, this is how they act or behave in front of people. We're like this all the time. So, and then when we started doing our podcast, it seemed like we were talking really serious subjects. Talk like, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't planned. It was just like going, let's talk about this. And then we were just like, and I don't know how to put it. I was looking at you and you was looking at afterwards you look at the video, not straight away, and you start going, I wasn't happy.
Oh, I didn't.
And then I was looking at myself and going, I'm not this serious guy.
I didn't even post 2 of them because I just,
we take the piss, we laugh, but it's like people are going to look at you and going, act your age, I'm doing quotes kind of thing. Like, we get that. You lot got 4 kids, 3 grown up, you lot are married. This is not how married people act. This is not how parents act. And we're like, what? Who are these people?
Why are they affecting our lives?
What? Where's the book that told you that you've got to act in a certain way? I mean, if I was beating the crap out of my wife, but that's apparently, you know what I mean? People don't judge people like that who tell their wives what to do, how to be, how to dress, where to work, who she can speak to, who she can't. They don't judge them and turn around and go in anything. Or, the people that tell their kids where they should study, who they should be, who they should marry. But you being you, my kids being themselves, and there's me being me. It's like going, guys, you like behaving like proper adults or proper husband and wife or proper parents. Like going, so that's justifiable, but this isn't.
It messes with your head, though. You know for a fact. All of these things we've spoken about messes with your head. But you
can't laugh and joke with your wife, but you can be serious and tell her, go in the kitchen and cook me some food.
Yeah. Those are the same people who do that. I mean? The people who write these comments. But you come back to realise...
Shows your wife respects you.
Nothing freaking wrong with us. In fact, we're more than just normal. And we're great with everything we're doing, and we're on the right path. And we headed off doing different things, trying to find, like everyone's saying, act your age.
Yeah.
But then we only came back to ourselves.
I think the main thing from all this is, number one, it doesn't matter if it's YouTube or Instagram or TikTok or anything in life. Number one, you gotta be yourself. You can't be someone. I'm not saying you can't change or you can't yourself, but you gotta change for you. So, for instance, if you are unhappy with the way your body shape is, change because you want to change for you, because you feel unhealthy and you want to be running more, not because other people are telling you that you should be changing. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. And the same thing is, if you want to get married or, and be in a relationship, do it because you want to do it, not because other people are going, God, you're reaching a certain age and you should be doing it. Same with studying. If you got a relationship with your wife and you both are happy, don't do what other people are saying is the right thing to do, even though you two are happy. If you two are happy not having children and you are travelling around the world, that's you two. Just because someone else is settled down and decide to have 3 or 4 children and saying this is what you do by a certain age, it doesn't mean that you guys got to follow that and do that. Yeah. What someone else is right and wrong doesn't have to define yours. And not only that, you don't need to. So do it because it's you and it's what you want to do. There's going to be people, no matter what you do, are going to tell you it's wrong. No matter how you are with your partner, you turn around and if I tell you your job is to stay at home, cook food, look after the kids, there's somebody out there who's going to say, look at this guy, controls his wife, blah, 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 you know what I mean? There's going to be people like that. Now if I turn around and say, dress how you want, go what you want, do what you want, be happy, here's the money, whatever, people turn around and go, oh my gosh, she's a princess, look at him, he doesn't even know, she should be contributing or doing something. Then if you turn around and say, look, we do everything together, We'll have a laugh. We'll be like best friends. People turn around and go, "Oh my God, what kind of guy? This guy's the Jump Joe. He's under the thumb or something or the other." Nobody ever is going to turn around and go, "Fantastic." There's always going to be someone runda somewhere.
Yeah.
Someone who's going to be miserable with what you got, what you're doing, how you living, how you are, the shape of your body, the look on your face, the clothes that you wear. There's always going to be someone who's going to hate. And majority of the time you'll see, it's going to be people with, fake profiles, but there isn't always. It's just people who are miserable in their own lives or are afraid that you're going to influence the people in their lives. If they see this, my wife is going to probably think the same, or my daughter's going to think the same, or you know what I mean, or their values or the way they've grown up, it's been disrupted in a certain way. What their culture, what their beliefs are, what you know what I mean, they're brought up to think, God, the world is massive. You do what you want to do in the way that you want to do it. If it makes you happy, no one's saying that it's wrong or whatever. If that makes you happy in your home, do it. Let someone else do what they want in their home. How is someone else's life and relationships, what they wear, what they do, what life they do, affect you personally?
The thing is, Kenny, you're saying all of that and I'm like, geez, we're away from everybody, but yet those kind of things affected us. Just imagine everyone being around family and friends, like they have all these, people around them, and day in, day out hear stuff like this. Okay, we only heard it offline and we didn't know which way to head. We were following different avenues and stuff. Obviously in the past I did what I did because of just people, you're not working or you're not doing this or that, but like it is.
Yeah, and I think if I go back to what you call it, I remember when I had that conversation about why I started studying and film and sports. That's what I want to do. That's what started happening with this, with you saying it triggered the same feelings and emotions. With Sureet going, what purpose is reactions and reviews of movies? Yeah. What value do people see a grown man watching stuff, talking about it? What's so great about that? You know what? This, that, and the other. Not realizing that this is what I love. This is what I always loved. I had a DVD shop. I studied media. I studied film. It's everything I wanted to do. I wanted to do filmmaking. But then he started being like that. It was like, well, either be a director and make a film, or but I'm getting to still film. I still get to do what I want to do. In my own time, it's my own business, in my own home. I work when I want to. I make money. Everyone's getting to it. We're getting to do whatever.
It is again because you're thinking of what people might think. That's one thing, and also everything that was going on in my head and what I was dealing with.
No, I understand that, but my mindset started going. My mindset started going exactly back there, going, what? Same sports feeling? Studies, film studies. Yeah. Oh my God, he's just picking something easy because he can't do something else. Yeah. And then I was a police officer for 20 years. I make more money than I do when I was in the police force.
Those same people will probably think, shit, man, if I could sit at home and just put the camera on and talk a little stuff about movies, then rather than be stuck in traffic going to a job. Yeah,
but being a police officer, which people would say, I had more people turn around and go, oh my God, you're a police officer. I didn't get love and the love and support that I get now doing what I do.
No one valued you as a police officer.
As in, like, the people that you knew, friends and family, they looked at it and going, oh, he's a police officer. Yeah. That they did. They were happy me being a police officer. They were happy me being a police officer. All was good then. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, he's a police officer. It seemed like the value I got from these people, but it wasn't like anyone else, the members of the public or the police force, they didn't care. But now, doing the work that I do, it's the people that write to me, DM me, email me, comment, how much we love you guys and all this, and you lot make us feel like family, and we moved home and we're by ourselves, but every time we watch you it feels like you lot are there with us, and it's like having my mum and dad there, or having my brother and sister there, or whatever it might be. But what I mean is, then all those people that valued me as a police officer don't value the job that I do now, because for them this isn't anything, but I make a lot more money.
Yeah, but I'm sure if the role reversed and it was them having this opportunity, they'll jump to it.
Yeah, but you don't see it like that.
Yeah.
And like I said, we work our own hours. We could get everything done in a day or two, or we can work around what you call it, depending on what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
So it's, exactly. So
we make a lot more.
So you're celebrating 700k today, and anyone who wants to start up anything, it doesn't have to be YouTube. It could be just a business. Honestly, there's going to be people who are going to be out there to get you. And
there's going to be basically strangers, and you probably won't get the support from the people that you know, Because again, you're changing. You're not being who you normally are.
Yeah, what they're comfortable and used to.
And you know, if that is the case, you know, not only that, sometimes you know,
and they have to change and grow.
Or they don't want to change and grow, so they're happy the way, you know, keeping things the way that they are. But also, you're going to get strangers who are going to be writing things and trying to tell you who to be, how to be, and what you're doing is totally wrong, regardless of what it is. And, you know, you've just got to, and it does, you know, regardless of saying, I'm not saying it doesn't affect you, but somehow you got to go above that and just be able to go, okay, you know what, trust me, it hasn't been easy. But we've got to keep on going. We've got to keep doing what we believe in and what we enjoy.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? That's the main thing.
Because you only end up coming back to you.
So,
and you realise everything we did enjoy and we, you know, do love about ourselves that we try to push away.
Because even when we started this podcast, you know what it was? The podcast was going to be about, talk about anything. Could be about movies, something we watched. Could be about real life. Could be about experiences. Could be just what happened in the week. And then we were going to be us. As in, you know what, if we're taking the piss, we're taking the piss. Just being ourselves. You know, if it's real and it's emotional, then we share that. Wherever it goes, it goes. And then all of a sudden, he ended up going away from that. He ended up being, let's talk about real subjects that people probably want to hear about. Not about what we want to talk about. What we want to talk about is sometimes what people want to hear anyway.
Yeah.
But it does play with your mind. And then you start looking at algorithms and what people like, you know, titles, what's working. I didn't do it for too long, but it does start going, oh god, well, what's the point? Is anyone going to be interested in that? It could carry on, we could carry on.
And you just come back in a full circle, then you realise, oh, we started off just having fun, and you realise, like I said, like we're happy being us and being, you know, people don't like us being honest. Tough. That thought came to my head about, you remember a couple of weeks ago, a month ago or so, when I met that individual for coffee, you know, and even that itself, like how much I've learned about myself.
That was an awakening for you, wasn't it?
That was a real big awakening for me. I'd gone out to meet some woman who I never reach out to anyone on Instagram. I do not ever reach out to anyone, and I just thought, oh, okay, I love what she's doing, helping others, basically people who have helped the public, who, you know, have supported in
done real work to help real people who needed it,
who really needed it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I wouldn't mind being a part of this. I'd love to meet this person who's organising it, and I'd gone to meet her, and oh my god, I felt bad because I come back and I shared it all with you.
She was drained, and she came back and she drained the heck out of me. It was eye-opening. This person wasn't in it for the people who are these genuine, real heroes who have helped people change their lives.
This is why I get upset about you, because you were a copper for 20 years and you didn't, and because I know you didn't get it. This hurt me as well to see what it was.
She was using these people, doing this award ceremony, to award someone that everyone's going to, like, you know, out of all these people, who's going to get this award for being a hero, you know, in the community, or, you know, to people, but it had nothing to do with that person. She had no idea about any of them.
No. What
they've done, who they are, you know, anything like that. What you realise is she was just in it for herself. It was basically, everything was to, for people to say how amazing and great she is for doing something like that, and also to make money from it.
Yeah.
And she uses all her victimhood of all her life, many which is self-inflicted, to create the story of, this is what I've been through and everything I've struggled with. No one's been there for me, and I've become this powerful person. But it's all was me.
Honestly, I came away from that thinking, what the hell, is this the reason? Like, I wouldn't stop myself from reaching out to people. That was such an eye-opener in the sense that it made me feel like, you know, again, I can't be involved with people like this who lie, who are manipulative, who, you know, it's just not nice, especially when it comes to people who are actually helping.
Very good people, yeah. Who
You know,
genuinely
and yet they're
deserve
making them pay
rewards
to attend these places.
Yeah, to come and collect their reward.
And obviously those people want to take family members to show that they've got something.
And they've got to pay for tickets to also collect. It's like, going on a graduation and saying it's like £1,000 a ticket for everyone to attend, and for you to get that graduation,
and it's not
something
even,
like.
It's not even cheap. But you can turn around and say, well, yeah, but they've got the entertainment and they've got the food. But what are they actually? Even those people don't even know why they're getting awarded for what. Was there something? You haven't even told them.
Yeah,
but it was more like, oh, I've got these big people who are attending. I've got this host. I've got this and that, which is fair enough. Great that you've got those people, but it was not to do with the
actual people who genuinely deserved it's for.
It was more to get your name out there, and that's what it was. And that
this is what you're gonna get.
These are the kind of things you learn. You think, I don't want to be involved in that. Oh my God. So you come back to you, what your values, what you're happy with yourself. I would not be involved in that kind of people. So I've learned so much.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. It's an awakening. And this is the journey of YouTube where we are. Now we're in such an amazing place, I believe.
Better place.
Amazing. Let's just say it's better.
Sureet's in amazing.
It is
I'm
amazing.
in a so much better place. Sureet's in an amazing place. I'm in a so much better place.
We can all be in a better place. I'm not saying there's nothing, but it is, truthfully, look at how much we've...
Yeah, because I started doing videos all by myself. I'm not just saying Magic Flicks on the other channels. I created a channel, started doing videos. And I'm glad because I learned to be able to film by myself, which on both things. And then again, by doing that, they will say, you take action, any action, whatever it might be, good or bad. And I started learning, not that, number one, I could do things by myself, but number two, I enjoy it more, when there's the two of us. Number three, I like to talk about things. I would love to help people. Of course I would. I've done it for such a long time, and you're the same. But how we do it, I think, is the thing. Yeah. We don't want to do it with, like I said, bringing people in and talking to specialists and going, how, you tell us how everyone should be.
Ask us that, and they would really have any
amount of times people ask us, will you be there's a amount of people that have non-stop contacted us to be on their podcasts. Yeah. Can you come on and talk and stuff like that? So we could be doing all that. I'm not saying we won't. So I'm not going, oh God, I said never.
We're open to things, but it's just...
But it was it's not the place that I want to go. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing podcasts and interviewing people, but I'm not going to say it here, but it's not the type of people that everyone else is currently interviewing. It's not them. All these so-called, fitness, neuroscientists, fitness people, self-help people, all those things, and every single person is interviewing the same person, and then they bring in another host next week who contradicts the other person, and they're all telling you what they learnt in their studies, and they're so-called experts, but then someone else tells them what they, countered. Could be about your food, could be about your diet, could be about your mental health, could be about your relationships. I don't want to do that. Because not one of those things are going to help any... we're all different. Everyone's relationships, childhood, traumas, life, work, the money that they make. Everything is not the same. So not everything's going to... It's finding what's right for you. And you can carry on listening to all these things and keep on listening to them. And they want you to keep listening. Why wouldn't they? I would like people to listen to my podcast. But... it's not what I want to do. I don't want to interview these people. Yeah, you can listen to them being interviewed by so many people doing the same thing. There are people I want to interview, but they're different. And when that time comes, we'll see. But at the moment, it was more or less what can we do that we can enjoy doing? Yeah. Often. Yeah. People who reach out to us and ask us questions. Can we answer their questions in our own way? That can help them without being too serious on stuff. Because I think one thing you'll find out is it's not about, I know people will say about your environment, your relationship, the money and everything. And, this is what they try to tell you, what you eat. I honestly think that because there's people out there who haven't got money, but they live to their 100 and they're happy. There's people out there who haven't got people around them, but they still live to 100 and they're happy. There's people out there, so they haven't got the relationship, they haven't got the money, haven't got the, they're still drinking and eating what they want and they still live. So how come those people can? It's not always genetics, because sometimes their siblings are passed away, but they've survived. I think it's freedom. Freedom of living your life, the one life that you have, in the way that you want to live it.
I think whatever that might be, if you're happy in yourself, living the life you want, without caring, I'm not saying without, like, you hate on others and this, that and the other, but you just enjoy your life and you let other people live their life, and you're happy regardless of the money you have, the food you're eating, whatever. I think that's what it is. That's what I believe. I believe most people feel trapped in either a relationship or a life, or they think I need to make a certain amount of money, or the job that they're in, or the environment, or their home, everything. They feel somehow that my life isn't mine. I'm doing this, but I don't want to be doing this. And it doesn't always have to be work. And what these people do when they're doing all this self-help thing is more or less going, we've got the answers. You lot aren't. Keep coming back. And we've got another person who can tell you. And you listen to it. But the truth is, you already know what it is that you're not happy about. But you can't speak up. You can't speak up to that husband and say, I'm not happy about this relationship. I love you to bits, but I'm not happy how this is. Or, there's women out there who are like going, oh, not just women, men. Children might be able to talk to their mum or their dad, but the other person disapproves. But they can't talk up and say, our child wants this though. It means a lot to them. And I'm happy. You're not seeing this. You're looking at it in this way. Communication. So then there's some people who are just stuck in work like I was. And when you feel that, I think that deteriorates you. That starts stressing you. So you can have all that money. You can have people around you that you care about, but there's something in you that feels that my life isn't mine. I'm not happy with what I'm doing. I think that kills you. That's what I feel. I'm not a specialist and I'm not telling people, but I do feel that, you know what I mean? Don't mean, oh God, you know what, if drinking makes you happy, you go out there and drinking. That's an underlying issue that needs helping. But you're not going to get that from watching someone's podcast. No. Because again, they can tell around and say, I was an alcoholic and then I went, I found my way. You'll find they found what worked for them. So if someone turned around and said, I found religion, or I found, a relationship, or I found a meaning by helping people out, they found what worked for them. You're not going to do that same thing. You're not going to follow their religion. Or even if you tried to, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So this is what I'm trying to say.
And it doesn't always necessarily mean that, these people who are helping others out there, like all these, experts and stuff, that everyone, just because they've gone through stuff or whatever it is, that they want to lead into that. That's not the only option that you have.
No,
there's so many other things that you could do. Like, where you never see that, is it? When you have, finally you are happy with yourself, what are the other things that you can, where are those kind of podcasts out there? Where are those?
I think it's just basically doing what you want to do. Just try different things and see what works for you. Like we have done. If we didn't go to eat, we wouldn't know. If we didn't meet those people, we wouldn't know. And it's just continuously going, let me just give you a go.
And this is why I'm saying it. This us talking about it is, we've been through our stuff as well, but we finally come back to our own selves and realise all the.
So if your YouTube channel didn't work, any of you that got YouTube channel, Instagram, whatever, didn't work, it doesn't mean that, what were you doing and why were you doing it? Were you doing because you thought it's trending, or you thought that other people, are doing it and it's working for them? Is it you?
The subject and if not, talking about, or the subject you are.
And if it didn't work, it doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. It doesn't always mean that. Sometimes it means what you're talking about might not be, your thing. Try something else. Try a fair few things. It's that kind of stuff. It's about discovering, like you said,
and having fun. The main thing is having fun. We had fun when we started.
And recently, honestly, recently when we've streets come back, we started having fun again. And I think that people could see that our numbers have gone way up again because we started enjoying it. I mean, we still can enjoy it a bit more. I think we just got still a lot going on. And, and we've been dying to start our podcast. It was just waiting for the right time. And, and it's like, life is serious enough. So stop taking yourself so seriously. There's times when you can talk about serious stuff, but you can also be lighthearted and say, guys, you got to enjoy life. You got to feel free in what you do. You got to stop giving a shit about what other people think and say. And, and that includes us. And we've got to keep telling ourselves.
That's why we're here today. I think it's such a good subject to talk about when we coming back for our first video, and especially celebrating as well. Because it just covers everything that we were like, and what we have dealt with, and what we've gone through and stuff, and just come back to ourselves.
And then be proud of who you are. appreciate what you've achieved. Because I tell you, I'm so happy to have reached 700,000 subscribers. I don't know where this channel will go, but at the end of the day, I'm never going to know if I don't try.
Yeah.
But I know for one thing is that channel's given us so much and created us, made us who we are today, and keeps on making us, we keep on growing, we keep on learning. But I tell you, more than anything is, when you get that love and appreciation that you're doing something and people are actually, and we're like going, how could we have not been feeling valued? We should have been, we've always been valued. Yeah. Just because there's people out there who might not like what we do. There's people out there who, like, Sureet, who probably doesn't like football. Doesn't mean that there's a billion people who don't watch football and don't enjoy it. It doesn't mean they should quit because certain people don't like it and they don't care. There's people out there doing God knows what kind of TikTok videos that some people turn around and go, what the crap is this? But it works.
I know, the amount of love.
There's so many creative, talented people doing various things. And if you're all going to do the same thing that everyone else expects, that is normal, then you know what? There wouldn't be some, amazing creative people out there who are doing wonders all around the world, doing what, there's been amazing, all this stuff, that half the stuff that we had, from the laptop to the camera, it's been ideas that came from people that other people probably thought were crazy, doing something that was out the norm and stupid, or what's wrong with you. Mm-hmm. But they did it by not giving a crap, and that's what everyone else has to do. Anyway, we can probably go on, but that, it was more or less like going, yeah, come back, restart. Thank you. We will be doing more podcasts, and hopefully, this time we can continuously carry on.
Yeah.
And we don't know which way it's going to go or how it's going to be, but that's the beauty of life, isn't it? We don't know where life is going to go.
But we do know what we're going to do after this now. We're going to get clarted.
We're going to celebrate with all our magic flicks.
We're going to get...
subscribers.
Crack open a bottle of wine, whatever we're going to open. Actually, I want some cocktails. And we're going to party and celebrate. And
which is what everyone should do, regardless of anything. Even the small wins, and this is a big one. So even the small wins should just celebrate and enjoy and appreciate, which is what we're going to do a lot more of. Mm-hmm. But like I said, everyone thing is, you got to find you. I know, we're going to cut off then, but I was going to say, again, your journey is not going to be the same as ours, and ours isn't the same as the others. Some people love to grind and make millions, and they got dreams of being rich, successful, and all that. It matters to them. That's great. You got to realize what matters to you. For us, our family does matter to us. We don't know what their paths hold and where they're going to be, and that's understandable as well. But we just got to keep doing what we got to do in the way that we want to do it, and be happy with it, and just take it as it is. That's what life is all about. Yeah. Anyway, guys, I'll let you end it.
I don't even know how to end it. It's been that long. That was the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll catch you.
Write some comments down.
Yeah.
Things that you think that we could talk about, or things that you like to listen about. Just
Make it light-hearted on the next one. This one is a celebration.
And not only that, give some time, because I think there's some nerves in it as well. Like, as in, like, not so much nervous, but feeling so relaxing, doing the podcast in the way that we want to do it. Like being us. I think we can still, regardless of anything, I know we're open and we've been going on and on, we can still be reserved in who we are. Like, I know I would have taken the mick so many times in between this.
Why?
About certain things. Like not anything. I always do, I just do.
I'm just saying. You had something that came to your mind. And
no, things did, and then I just went, no,
can you
don't
please
say.
tell me one?
No, it's alright. It wasn't anything serious, but I was just like, that's who I am. But I just went, okay, we're going to a point where we're just like, we'll get there slowly. People just go, now we get who he is. It's like going to someone's house straight away. You don't want to straight away start going, taking the mic, and they're going, you got to know your audience. And the audience got to know you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I guess you guys know us a little now, or at least our journey.
Yeah.
And I hope it encourages you guys in whatever you guys are doing in life, whatever path you're taking. And just
because other people don't believe in you, it doesn't matter. Believe in yourself and keep going. You know what? That's encouragement.
Nothing comes easy. Okay. It's been difficult for us, so honestly.
And stop looking at continuously other people's, even ours, podcasts, self-help and all that. Just get on trying to do something.
Yes.
honestly, because that'll get you further than reading books and listening to podcasts. Do that in like a spare time, but do something more than doing that.
Now help us out and write in the comment section what you want us to talk about on the next couple of podcasts, and we'll see you then.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.